This question states that you have to take 2 centimeter is equal to 1 unit on both axes. So the scale is already given. So therefore you will draw the scale according to a graph that you see on the screen. Okay. And you will write your scale on top. Along x and y axis, one smallest division is equal to 0.1 unit. Okay. Now once you have drawn this, now you will read the questions. First question is plot the points A minus 4, 2 and B 2, 4. So let us plot the points A minus 4, 2. So this point will be here. A minus 4, 2. And the other point is B 2, 4. So B 2, 4 will be here. Okay, so the first question is answered. We have plotted the points. Second question is A dash is the image of A when reflected in the y-axis. So A dash is the image of A when reflected in the y-axis. For the second question, A minus 4, 2. That was the coordinate of A when reflected in the y-axis. The image is A dashed. Y coordinate remains the same, only we change the sign of the x coordinate. So A dashed is 4, 2 when reflected in the y-axis. So this is 4, 2. Okay. Plot it on the graph paper and write down the coordinates of A dash, which we have done already. Okay. Third question, B dash is the image of B when reflected in the line A dashed. Write the coordinates of B. So first what you do is you join A and A dashed. So this becomes your mirror line. Okay. Now we want to reflect this point B on this line. So how do we reflect? First of all, you drop a perpendicular from here. So what is this distance here? Preferably with the help of a dotted line, right? So how much is this distance? If you measure this distance, this will be 2 units, right? And from here you take 2 units. So here you're getting a point. Okay, this is the image of B under reflection in the line A dashed. And what is the coordinates of B? B dashed. If you see, B dash lies on the x-axis, right? So obviously the y coordinate has to be 0. And this length is 2 units. Therefore, the coordinate of B dash is 2, 0. Okay. So once we have written this, let's get rid of this line. Okay. Fine. So now this third question has been answered. Write down the coordinates of B dash. Let's write it here. B 2, 4 when reflected on the line A dashed will give you the coordinate B dashed 2, 0. Fine. So that completes the third question. Next question is write the geometrical name of the figure A, B, A dashed, B dashed. So let us join these points. and see what figure is formed. AB, A dash, B dash. So AB join. Then you have B to A dash. And then you join A dash to B dash. And then you join this, right? So this is the figure that you are getting. Okay, what kind of a figure is it? This is a kite, right? So you'll write the geometric name of the figure. A, B, A dash, B dash is kite or diamond. Okay. The next part of the question states you have to find its area also. Okay, how do you find the area here? If you see area of this kite is area of this triangle here, and you multiply it by 2 because these two triangles are congruent in case of a kite. So you find out the area of the one triangle and you multiply it by 2. You'll get the area of the kite. Okay, so let's proceed to find out the area of triangle ABA dashed, the triangle on top. That is this triangle. Okay. What is the base here? Base of this triangle? Base of this triangle, if you see, extend from this to this. How many units here? If you count the, because you have taken 10 divisions is equal to 1 unit, if you count the squares, there are 8 squares here. So 8 units is the distance here. Okay. So you write here AA dash is equal to 8 units. Okay, this is the base of the triangle. What about the height of this triangle? Height of this triangle is this, which is 2 units, right? So what you do is you drop a perpendicular from here. And let us call this point M. So BM is equal to 2 units. Therefore, what is the area of the triangle? Triangle AB A dashed is equal to half into base A dashed into height BM, which is equal to half into 8 into 2. This you are getting 8 square units. Okay, so area of this triangle we have got. Therefore, what should be the area of the kite? You multiply the area of the triangle by 2. Therefore, area of the kite AB A dashed B dashed is equal to 8 into 2, which is equal to 16 square units. Okay, so that finishes with the fourth question. Okay, now the fifth question. The fifth question here is name a line of symmetry of the figure formed. Which one is the line of symmetry of the kite? If you see the longer diagonal, AA dash is a line of symmetry because it divides the figure into two parts such that one is a mirror image of the other, right? So the line AA dash is the line of symmetry of the figure formed of the kite, right? The line AA dash is the line of symmetry of the kite AB A dash, B dash. Okay, that answers the fifth question. Sixth question is if M and N, okay, let's erase this because M is already there. They've labeled it something else. Anyway, so here this question is if M and N are foot of perpendicular from A and A dashed. So what you do is from A, you drop a perpendicular on the x-axis. This is the foot of the perpendicular from A on the x-axis. So this point will be your M. N is the foot of the perpendicular from A dash. So you drop a perpendicular from here also on the x-axis. Okay. And this point is your N. Find the coordinates of M and N. So what should be the coordinates of M? See that the M lies on the x-axis, right? So obviously the y coordinate has to be 0. And it is at a distance of -4 units from the origin. So -4, 0. N lies on the x-axis. So y coordinate 0. And it has a distance of +4 units from the origin. So 4, 0. So we'll write down the coordinates. The coordinates of M, -4, 0. And the coordinates of N is 4, 0. Okay. We have written down the coordinates of M and N. So that is answers the sixth question. Next question is number 7. Name the line on which B dash is invariant under reflection.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Name the line on which B dash is invariant under reflection. What do you mean by invariant point? If you remember, I had mentioned to you that any coordinate when any point when reflected in a mirror, if the coordinates of the point does not change, if the coordinates of the point remains the same, then that point is called the invariant point. Now, invariant point, how do we obtain? If the point is on the mirror itself, then obviously object distance and image distance are both 0. So therefore, the point has to lie on the mirror line for it to be invariant. So therefore, if you see B dashed here is a point on the x-axis. So therefore, if you reflect B dashed in the x-axis, its coordinate will not change, right? So we say B dashed is invariant under reflection in the x-axis or the line y is equal to 0. Number 7, B dashed is invariant under reflection in the x-axis or the line y is equal to 0. Fine. That answers the 7th question. We now come to the 8th question. 8th question is 0k is invariant under reflection in the origin. Find k. So you have any point 0k which is invariant under reflection. Now, as I told you, invariant means the point does not change, right? So if I reflect 0k in the origin, what should it be, its coordinates become? Zero minus k, right? Since it is given that 0k is invariant under reflection. So since 0k is invariant under reflection in the origin, therefore this coordinate will be equal to the coordinates of the point under reflection in the origin because the coordinate does not change. So what should be the value of k? That means k must be equal to minus k. That means k plus k is equal to 0. That means 2k is equal to 0. That means k must be equal to 0. And that is your answer. That is the value of k. Okay. Okay. And the last question, write the coordinates of the image of P obtained on reflection in the origin, followed by reflection in the x-axis. So P minus phi 1 is first reflected in the origin. Let's see if I reflect in the origin, what coordinate I get. P minus phi 1. First it is, they have said, you reflect it in the origin. You don't have to plot the point P. They have not asked you to plot. Okay. You simply have to write the coordinates. So P when reflected in the origin will transform to another point in which the x and y both will change the sign. So minus 5 will become 5 and plus 1 will become minus 1. Okay. So P under reflection in the origin becomes P dashed, whose coordinates are 5 minus 1. And then what they have said P, followed by reflection in the x-axis. Followed by reflection in the x-axis means now this point P dashed that we have obtained, this should be reflected in the x-axis. So P dashed 5 minus 1 will reflect in the x-axis. Okay. This transforms to P double dashed. And how do you reflect a point in the x-axis? The x coordinate remains the same. You change the sign of the y coordinate only. And that is your answer. Fine. Any question here? Any part? No question? Okay. Then this part is over.